people, people in the society, they know what's going on regarding black, the plight of black men, and what's really against us in the society as black men. Like, people know what's going on. People know that there is an agenda, an orchestrated agenda against black men. And people in the society, they like to play dumb and act like they don't know what's going on. Like, they don't know that there's agenda against black men. Like, it's orchestrated. And some people, a lot of people play dumb and act like, oh, they don't know what's going on. But these people know what's going on, man. They know exact. They know the exact tactics against black men, like, and they know that this society like really tries to like marginalize black men in certain ways, like, and a lot of times it's done on purpose. Um, I've noticed myself, like, in my own life right now, my own experiences, that a lot of people out here know what's going on against black men. For example, like as a black man, especially as a young black man, a black man in his 20s, a lot of I've dealt with like the constant disrespect from others, the belittlement. Like, sometimes a lot of black men have to go through that in this society. And like, I remember I was at my job and I was having a back and forth conversation with this dude, and it wasn't necessarily an argument, but it was about my age, and like he was trying to come at me like I'm some like 18 to 21-year old, and I was telling him, come on, I'm grown, even though I'm technically young, I feel I'm a grown ass man, like, bro, I'm in my mid 20s. Then who said, "Oh, you still young, woo doo woo," and he was trying to act like I'm not no, like I'm not an adult or whatever, and like, it's like, when you're a black man in society, people expect, people know that there's an agenda against us, that there's a concentrated effort against us, and people expect you to not know your value of your own manhood. Like, they automatically expect you to feel little about yourself because they assume that you should feel little about yourself as a black man because they know that the society has some shit against you to make you feel like you're little or whatever. So people automatically assume that as a black man, you don't know your value. Like what I was talking about, that conversation at my job about my age. I mean, dude automatically expected me to bow down to him and act like I'm not no grown man or whatever. Because he probably automatically assumes that there's a concentrated effort against certain black men. And you probably automatically assume that I should feel little about myself. I shouldn't feel like I'm an adult or whatever. That's why he expected me to like agree with him and be on that tip, or like, oh, just because I'm a young black man, I shouldn't feel like I'm an adult or whatever. And as a black man in this society, when you stick up for yourself against other people's bullshit, when you stick up for yourself when people are trying to belittle you or downplay your manhood or whatever, people get surprised. People get shocked. And because people expect you, I don't know, like as a black man, I kind of think sometimes people expect you to be like this coward, supposed to be a weak coward who's beaten by society, who doesn't even have the strength to fight back or speak back to people, because people assume that because they know it's a concentrated effort. They think, oh, people have treated you so badly throughout your life. People disrespect you. And because of that, people try to treat you like you're little. And because of that, people automatically assume that you should feel worthless of yourself as a black man automatically after that. So when they disrespect you, you should just take it. You should just take it because you're used to taking it. And you should be normalized to it. And you're a coward without any heart. Because you've been beaten down so much throughout your whole life. But when you defend yourself against them, speak up for yourself, they get shocked. Because as a black man, you're not supposed to have heart. People in society try so hard to take your heart from you, take your manhood, tear your manhood down. People automatically assume that you should feel low about yourself. You should be a beaten, defeated black man. People know that there's an orchestrated agenda to have that happen to you. And when you speak up for yourself, I think, oh shit, this is a black man who's strong. He's not supposed to be this strong. I mean, and it's funny, a lot of times when you speak up for yourself as a black man, one of the other reasons people are surprised is when you speak up for yourself as a black man too, they're fucking against you. One of the reasons people are shocked is, like I said earlier, like you should be normalized to the disrespect. People think, oh, you've been disrespected as a black man so many times, probably your whole life. Like, you should just take their disrespect and see that as normal. And when you talk back to these people, like, man, they try to act like they're the good guy, and they're really not the good guy, but they want to be perceived as the good guy in this situation. It's like when people be on that bullshit against a black man, people want to do it in disguise, right? They want to have their bullshit against us. The other one looking like the bad one. I guess like in some sort of way they feel like so entitled to disrespect us that they think they can just do it without black men saying anything back to them. It's like an entitlement complex. They just want to spew a whole bunch of people in society just want to spew a whole bunch of bullshit on us. And we're supposed to just play dumb. It's kind of crazy. People definitely in society know what's going on. They know it's a concentrated effort against certain black men. Man, I'm at work, right? And I'm at lunch actually at work, right? This was like a couple weekends ago. And these other dudes were talking about like taxes and like if you have children you can file your taxes in this sort of way or whatever. Then somehow I get dragged into the situation. I think I said something or whatever. And the dude was like, "Oh, you know you don't have no kids." Like he said it so convincingly, like I can never have any kids or whatever. Like it's impossible for me to have a kid or whatever. It's like I'm not no bad looking dude. I'm not no lame dude. It's like why can't I have a kid, right? You automatically shut the possibility of me having a kid now. It's like, oh okay. Like why can't I have a kid? Like um, anyone who talks to females has a possibility of having a kid or whatever. But here's what's going on. Here's my theory. What's going on? When you're a black man in your 20s, whatever, people automatically assume you don't have any children because they know that the sexual market is built against you. They know people know the sexual market is against you, and women stray away from a lot of black men in their 20s. And that's the time in a black man's life like that we really get shitted on, and people know that there's a concentrated agenda against a black man in sexual market, especially certain black men. They know there's a concentrated effort against certain black men in society. So even if you're not a bad looking dude or you're not a lame dude, you're a cool dude or whatever, people can still assume that you don't have children or you don't get pussy or whatever. That's really what it is at its root level. People assume you don't have children as a young black man because they assume that you don't get pussy deep down inside. There's been a couple other occasions where people automatically assume I'll tell them my age. I'm at a childbearing age, right? I'm in my mid 20s. I'm at a childbearing age, and I'll tell someone my age, and they automatically assume I don't have children. People never assume someone my age, a black woman my age, will never have children. People never assume really a dude from another race my age wouldn't have children. With me as a black man my age, it's when I don't have children. I mean, you guys might be thinking, okay, a lot of black men don't have children. A lot of black men your age don't have children. You do. That's why they assume. Okay, that could be part of the reason, but I don't believe that's the root reason. I don't believe that's the only reason. People automatically assume you don't have children because they know, man, there's a concentrated effort. Really do my best, you know, there's a concentrated effort against young black men in society, and they know that the society, women in the society, try to strip young black men away from the sexual market. So they assume you don't get no pussy. If you don't get no pussy, how can you have children? Also, I've had a couple people automatically assume that I don't get bitches or whatever at my job. This dude was like, "Oh, you know, you don't get no pussy. You know, you don't get no play." He was like, "Oh, you're not cracking nothing outside of the job." And he was just like joking. But if you really say that to someone, you're not really joking. I mean, if you have the heart to say that to someone, you may really think that, or at least part of you might really think that. And I'm a young, dark skinned dude, handsome, tall, and people would still assume that I don't get no pussy. That's crazy, right? And they assume that because they know the deal. They knew that there's an agenda against certain black men, and black men like me, a superior black man. They know that there's an agenda. They know that women in society are at war with us, and it is an agenda against black men like me, strip us away from the sexual market, to belittle men like me, to make black men like me feel low about themselves. And they know that this agenda is occurring. So I automatically assume, oh man, this type of dude not getting played with her. So man, people know what's going on, and I've um I've had girls who I've spoken to, who I've used to speak to, and one of the girls I used to speak to, we kind of fell off for a little bit, and she was mad at me, and she was like, oh, she messaged me, like she was like, oh, I know you don't got no bitches. She was like, I can tell you don't got no bitches. And this girl used to be feeling me, whatever, man. And no one would ever assume like that a light skinned dude don't got no bitches. I'm a tall, handsome, dark skinned dude. No one would assume like a tall, handsome, light skinned dude don't got no bitches. A tall, handsome white man don't got no bitches. A tall, handsome Latino dude don't got no bitches. People would never assume that. But a tall, handsome, dark skinned black man, people will still assume they don't got no bitches. Because they know, deep down they know that there's a concentrated effort against certain black men. People in the society aren't dumb. They know what's going on. They know what's going on. People could play dumb all they want. People play dumb when you're a black man who recognizes the bullshit that they're trying to pull on you. Like when people are trying to put a little black boy routine on me. and I call them out for it, they'll act dumb and be like, and they'll, because I recognize that they're bullshit and they're trying to play dumb because they're not trying to come off as the racist, anti-black male motherfucker that they're really trying to be.